Hi, welcome back to my garden. I'm somewhere back here if you can look through the pointy aloe vera. My name is Christopher, welcome back. So today I'm going to finally do something about my aloe vera. So about a year ago I made a video about my large aloe vera and I was so proud and I thought I had the biggest aloe vera in the whole world. Well, it got bigger and it put out a ton of new plants. So I've been just putting it aside. It's pointy and it's kind of a mess working with, and it is so heavy. It is by far the heaviest pot that I have in here, and I've been kind of putting off doing something with it because it was growing fantastic and it looked nice, and it still looks really perfect, I think. I just love the look of it, but I would like to see if I can make something different with it, because I've been doing this now for a year and it's been working out. I enjoy it, but I want to move it to the new raised bed that I built in the last video. So the point of the raised bed was actually to have some place to put this. I wanted to take it all apart because I have some aloe humilis here, and I have a succulent, a sempervivum or something in front there, and I also have my prickly pear cactus. So this one was actually from seed, and I'm really proud with that. And there's no hope for those other plants here competing with the aloe vera, because the aloe vera is just taking over the whole thing. So I want to separate everything. I don't know how, but I'm gonna try it this video. Separate everything and put it into the raised bed that I built in the last video. I think we're gonna need to move everything over a little bit, and I don't know. So this video is probably gonna be more about you sitting there enjoying me get hurt. And of course you would know a better way to do this, but hey, it's already filmed, so I don't know what to tell you. This is just the way it went down. So I'm gonna try to separate everything and try to get everything out as whole as possible. But I'm probably gonna get stung a few times here, and I'm dreading the cactus. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I was thinking about cutting it halfway down and try to root it, so let it just sit for a few days to callus over and try to root it. Because I think if I move it now, it's gonna be too spindly. Once it gets a little bit more room, it's just gonna fall over, and that's not gonna be good for anything. Oh, by the way, the banana. So hopefully you can see it. The banana is growing back, yes. So I'm really happy with that. It got 4 sprouts, and 3 of these are doing fantastic, and they're growing. I had forgotten how fast this banana was growing. It took me a month to forget, but yeah. So that's the update on that one. So thankfully we will have more bananas here in the future. Should we get on to the main thing here? Yeah, I think we should. I'm dreading this. But okay, let's reset. Before I get too much into this, I'm going to do a little bit of a pruning job. Because flower stalks, this is my aloe humilis and it's flowering at the moment. There's really no need for it indoors. It doesn't do the plant too good. It just takes a lot of energy, and this one will actually put out seed pods. I've gotten seeds from it before, but I'm not going to start this one from seed, so I'm just gonna snip off the flowers. And yeah, should we just do the cactus straight away? I'm a little bit afraid of this because the thorns are still on it. So what I'm going to try to do, You see this node here, it has three separate parts. So it has a node here where it's split into a new part of the plant, and it's also one there. So what I'm thinking of doing is cutting this one over there, and hopefully it will, I will just put it aside and make it callus over, so the wound would dry up first, and then I'm going to try to put it in soil after a few days, a week or something like that, and see if I can grow a new plant from this top part. And I don't know, and maybe some of you could let me know in the comments, those of you who are used to growing prickly pears, to just tell me if I'm doing a horrible mistake here now, or if this is something that is actually going to hopefully work. I have no idea. So that's done. Yeah, I'm a little bit afraid of doing that because, yeah, as I said, I started it from seed, and it's maybe a year old or a little bit more, and it's been growing fantastic, and I would really like to keep it there. I also have one more going in the back here, but this one I'm just going to try to take out as is and see what I can do with it. I don't know what's going on underneath all of this, so yeah, let's just see. Okay, first off, I'm going to just pull out this succulent. It's been doing fairly well, and as you can see, yeah, it's rotted off right here, and it's putting out a phenomenal amount of new roots along the stem. This one has also been flowering profusely. It put out 2 really large stalks with a ton of flowers on it, and it's been flowering for, I would say, 3 or 4 months. So it's I don't know what happened here. I think it's just been overshadowed by all the aloes, so that's probably why it just dropped the bottom part and decided to try to continue growing back. So what I'm going to do with this is just prune off some of the leaves, and I'm just gonna stick it into the soil as is, and just keep the center part of the leaves here, because this is actually going to, I have prickly pear spikes all over my hands now, so yeah. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna find down here. It's probably a lot of spiders. So here are some more leaves, and you can root all of these leaves as long as they're not too soggy. And I don't know if you can see it, but most of these leaves already have roots. So I'm going to do a separate video on propagating succulents, because ow. You see, that's this is why I've been putting off this. It's not fun at all. Well, it is kind of fun. And here we also have succulent growing. So this is probably just something that was propagated by itself. And I don't know, should we take out... So, okay, before we do that, let me just turn it around. I have one succulent growing on the side here. It's not looking too well. It has this white powdery thing underneath all the leaves and on top, of course. And it looks really messed up, and that's because it's been scraping along with the aloe when it's growing. So it's not looking too good, but I'm going to snip this one also and try to make this callus over and see if I can grow roots on this one also. And yeah, I think that's it for this one. It has a shoot going on this side. I don't know, I could probably take this one off, root it, and have a separate plant for this, and the main plant, the original plant, might just sprout something new. But I'm not sure. Oh, what the heck, let's do it. Yeah. We're gonna see if we can root all of this. Okay, it's time to try to take something out of this pot. I'm going to start with the succulent, and I'm just going to try to yank it out. It's probably gonna lose a lot of leaves and a lot of roots, but I don't care too much, to be honest, because it's been growing here for a while, and if I have to change it out with something else, I don't mind. But it looks like it came out nicely. It lost a few leaves, but that's not a big problem. I'm just gonna try to root it or to let it just grow back and see if I can get it to a healthy plant once again. So some more leaves, and these leaves are also leaves that you probably could just propagate. We have another succulent growing back here. This is also a pup from the first plant that we took out, the first succulent. Okay, going around. This is not a well-planned or prepared video. It's just what I had to do to just take it out. So yeah, I don't know about this. It doesn't look too healthy. Well, it looks healthy, but it's starting to get a little bit spindly and it's stretching, and that's probably because, now you should never rip everything out by the roots, but yeah, what you gonna do? So wow, this one has really healthy roots, and there's probably some pruning that I could do on this one to make it look a little bit nicer. And it also has, let me see, it also has a pup coming out here and 2 or 3 coming out on this side, and yeah, it's looking nice. I'm going to plant this as is. I don't know if I'm going to separate the pups because, yeah, I like the look of it when it's full and bushy. It's like the aloe, it looks really nice when it's really bushy. So I think I'm just gonna keep it as is. Next, let's get out. Okay, I think we're just gonna try to get the cactus out of this one. It's probably not gonna be nice. So if you could just dial some poison control or emergency room or something, just to make sure that somebody on the other side of the wall here will come in and rescue me. Wow, it's really crowded with roots down here. Okay. So this one's out. I don't know how many roots I lost, probably a lot, but I'm gonna try to plant it a little bit deeper. I don't know if that's gonna harm the plant or not, but I think that's something that we need to do to make it stay without falling over. And also, oh, I hate those spikes. It's really not that fun at all taking out the cactus. So here it is. This one, this is actually funny. It's been falling over and it's been laying down and it's putting out roots everywhere that it's falling over. So something tells me that I'm gonna have success propagating these ones. And now for the final part, taking out all the aloe vera pups. These are, some of these are actually huge. I haven't noticed because it's been just growing there and I haven't been paying too much attention to it. And suddenly it's just, yeah, it's a mess. I think I'm going to try to take everything apart here. So I've decided to try to just yank out everything and see if the whole thing will come out in one big soil piece, or if I'm just going to break everything. I don't know. I don't know. Wow. Okay, it's falling over. Oh, this is a mess. Okay, some more succulents. So this is like fishing. You don't know what you find at the end of the line there. Let's see if we can just dig our ways into this. It's gonna be some cleanup to do here once I'm finished. I could probably just... So I could just take out one pup at a time, but this plant is actually not going to stay in the pot, so it's easier to just take out everything and clean up afterwards, because it's just going to be a tangled mess here. This plant is so big, and it's probably, yeah, it's bordering on being too big for an indoor plant here. So yeah, let's just take it all apart and see what we come up with. First one. This one looks nice. Well, it's a little bit bent and broken now, but yeah, hopefully it will recover. Third one. Here is my main aloe, the original one. It's a little bit bent and bruised, and yeah, it has a few puncture holes now, so hopefully it's gonna heal up nice once I get it potted and it gets a few days. Yeah, so now the work is laid out for me. I'm going to place all the aloe veras into this raised bed, and I'm also gonna place some other succulents that I have growing around here, and let's just see how it's going to fit all together. It's gonna take some time, so I don't think I'm gonna film the whole thing, otherwise you would just be sitting there for the rest of the week. So I'm just going to shut everything down now and place everything into this big raised bed, and we're gonna chat a little bit after I'm finished with this whole arrangement. Sounds good? And I finally got most of the plants down into the soil. I top dressed with some white rocks. I think it's gonna look nice once all my succulents are growing a little bit bigger and they're just gonna fold over the rocks. I think it's gonna look nice. I might also even put in some more rock, but this was just, I only had one bag and this is what it looks like. So I think I ended up with about 6 or 7 aloe veras that I didn't put in. I think I put in enough. It's gonna just take a few weeks and it's gonna be the same problem once again, but it's gonna be a bigger problem, and I like a bigger problem with my plants. So yeah, I think that's just gonna be a fun challenge. I don't know if you can see any of the succulents. I think I have dirt on my nose. I've cut myself and I've bruised myself on all the plants, and yeah, I'm yellow stained from the aloe vera cuts, and yeah, it's a mess. This was a messy project, but I think it's gonna be nice in the end. All the small succulents that I have there is just succulents that I propagated myself from leaf cuttings. They don't look too much like something now, but I think giving it a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, then by Christmas we should have something a little bit more filled in, and it's gonna look really, really nice, I think. So I hope that you will subscribe and follow me into the winter with this project. It's gonna be a fun one. I'm really excited about this. I always wanted to have a section in my garden for succulents only, and now I finally made the raised bed for most of my succulents. I still got a few more that I didn't plant. I have a few more like these, but I didn't want to make this into a finished project at once. It's a journey for me, this thing, and I would like to start with simple cuttings, and everything in here started with a aloe vera about this size, so bought in a pot like this. So it just shows that anything is possible indoors also, and in the cold climates here in Norway. So I hope that you will still follow me into the winter with this, and of course the rest of the garden. And finally, it's things happening with the greenhouse. So the next 2 episodes, I think, will be about the new greenhouse, the geothermal greenhouse. I finally got finished building the stone wall, placing all the stones, and we cleaned it up with the soil and everything. So I have a plain lot now, so I can just start building. So hopefully I'm going to start building within the next week or 2 weeks. If the snow doesn't come, they forecasted 10 centimeters of snow next Tuesday, I think. So we might not be able to set up the greenhouse this fall. But yeah, I really don't mind putting it up in the springtime either, because now I could just put up the greenhouse, nothing more, nothing less. So it's gonna be really fast, and yeah, hopefully I will get it up. And if I do, there will be 2 videos. If not, there will be 1 video on the greenhouse coming up next on my channel. So yeah, thank you for joining me here today. This was a fun one. It's long overdue, and I need to talk a little bit about some of the succulents that I put in here. One that not today. These are actually ones. We were on vacation in Greece a few weeks back, and of course, the gardener that I am, I grabbed a few cuttings here and there. So yeah, we're gonna talk more about those. And I also have finally the first palm seed sprouting here in the greenhouse. So, well, not the first one. It's actually the 4th or something. But that's gonna be more on that later. Thank you for joining me. I'm Christopher, as always, saying may the force be with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Aha! Bedtime!